Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Building Business Bridges. I'm Diane Campbell, owner of three businesses, and I have my co-host here today, Miss Shara, who is the owner of Sift and Sort. Good
Hi.
afternoon, my dear.
Hello, darling. Can you tell everybody what your three businesses are in
Yes,
case
I
they're just
can.
tuning in?
Yes, I own Boating Booties Beach Rentals, Flagler Electric Bike Rental, and also Tree Trends, which is a woodworking business.
Where you are big on
Big on
smalls.
smalls, and how about you?
Oh, I have my downsizing and organizing business where I help people simplify your life. Speaking of simplifying, Diane, would you like to introduce our guest today?
I'm excited today because this is a hot topic in any small business. Miss Amy Barrett is here in the house from My World Simplified. Is that
Hello.
correct?
Yes,
Awesome. I
hello,
got it
We
correct.
lady.
did it.
Tell us a little bit about you and your business, and just then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I have a social media marketing and managing business. I actually help you manage your social media as well as plan out those social media content.
That's awesome. Every business needs social media.
Yes, it has definitely grown from being a little niche for your business to becoming a necessity.
Right. And not everyone knows how to do that.
That is
In fact,
correct.
would you agree most people don't know how to do that correctly or
I was just
today?
going to agree.
That is correct. Most people struggle with getting their content placed and it being actually productive for their business.
And I think if you would agree with me that for a small business, it tends to be the hardest because you're juggling all of those different things and you want to be able to, you almost have to do it. You know, you have to do it, but you may not know how to do it correctly. So we're going to unpack that today.
I think actually social media managing is just as important as paying your bills. I mean,
Yes.
it becomes, okay, I have to do this on a certain due date, and not realizing how important it really is that is a big part of your business.
That's correct. Consistency is a huge part of social media, and that's where most small businesses actually lack is that consistent posting. If you're not consistent, you're not going to stay in the
It's
algorithms.
not because you don't want to be consistent. It's just because there's so many different directions an entrepreneur goes in that they can't focus on that and doing the actual work and doing everything else that's required of them.
Correct. We simplify the business and of the marketing, and that way you're able to concentrate on your business and whatever it is your business does to help that grow in that way as well.
During your presentation at one of our networking meetings, you gave some very impressive stats on numbers. Can you relay that to our listening audience of how many people live in the county that are on social media? And you asked a question after that that I'll let you ask.
Yeah, so there are roughly 95,000 social media accounts in Flagler County currently. And if you're not addressing at least a few thousand of them, you should probably look at getting a social media marketer and manager.
I think that's fantastic.
So the next question is how? How does a business owner, let's pretend I open up a widget world, right?
Correct.
For Diane. And she has no clue how to do things. So what happens in that first discovery meeting with them?
So I do a free consultation. We'll sit down, go over your social media, kind of what your goals are. And then I actually can give you a couple of tips to help yourself on your own. I have different packages that can actually assist you and help you to maybe do it yourself. Maybe you'd like me just to make the graphics up for you. Maybe you'd like me to come up with a plan for you to run your own social media and maybe try to work on scheduling it. At that time, we figure out what package is best for your business. And then we schedule the onboarding where I really dive into your business and try to become a part of that business. And that way we're getting across that brand voice properly.
Would you be able to give somebody an ROI on what you do?
That's the other thing that is so frustrating for a small business. They have no way to gauge if it's effective or not. Would
Yeah.
you agree with that? I mean,
Oh, yes. That's where My World Simplified, we actually do marketing reports. Each month, you're getting to see where your business grew, where it didn't. We also have the ability, I keep an account on your social media every day. I'm logging in, seeing what's going on with it. So if posts aren't successful in a particular pillar that we designed, we can go ahead and switch that out mid-month, change it so that your numbers are still continuing to grow.
Amazing.
it's it's still okay. So we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Pinterest, we have LinkedIn, we have probably Nextdoor, we have local things. Where do you start?
That really depends on the business. Facebook is a good kind of overall for everybody. TikTok tends to be, if your business is looking for more younger people, you're going to
Mm.
be more on TikTok.
So
It's
you're looking at demographics
correct.
and
And who their customer is.
okay. So let's play with Shara's business here
Oh,
for a second.
yay.
What is your demographic that you think you're serving?
Mine's difficult because, it can go from seniors to stay-at-home moms or just
Yeah.
moms in general. So it's very difficult, I think, for my demographic. It just depends on maybe focusing on a demographic in different periods. Maybe a month do seniors, next month. That's why it's very difficult, I think, for me
Is it
personally.
seasonal also, you think?
I'm not doing garages in the summertime, so yes.
Right. I mean, like
Storage unit, like I'm not doing those
connected to
things.
when people move to an area.
It's true, but I don't know if moving also, is also a time frame and
Mhm.
kind of all over the place. It's almost like getting married. Like people get married in May. Is that,
Yeah.
the stats on those numbers? But I don't know. It
Yeah.
would be difficult, I think, for me because I don't really specialize in certain demographic.
Yeah, I think your business would do really well going on TikTok to get into that young audience. You can create some really fun videos. Instagram, because you have a lot of photo worthy, you have that before and the after
Mhm.
picture. And then again on Facebook, because that's where most of all the community is, all age
Right.
groups tend to be on there.
Interesting. It's the
Yeah.
marketing on Facebook.
It's
I mean, because you could literally reach a 500,000 people
Yes.
within 30 minutes of making posts and sharing them to all the groups.
mhm.
Yeah.
Now, how do you like gauge who's looking at them versus just passing through or actually clicking and wanting to know more about the business? How do you gauge that?
So we can set up UTM that will actually track the post and see how many
UTM.
clicks.
Yes,
That's an
yes.
acronym for what?
I actually do not remember
Goodness.
right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's important.
It's
Yes.
important,
It's all we
UTM.
need to know.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
The
Tracking media.
tracking media.
tracking media.
Okay.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So that actually would track the post and see how many clicks are coming directly from that post. So we would set that up within the link that goes into the post.
Can you tell everybody how you even got into this business?
I started as just a small mommy blog. I wanted to give my daughter advice when she had her first child 13 years ago. It quickly grew into me marketing myself to big brands like Ford, NASA, Vanity
Really?
Fair. And then I
That's a
decided.
quantum leap almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew really quickly, really rapidly. I knew I was big when the guy with the airport came with his little cart with my
I
name
love
on it. I
that.
was like, I have a driver. Wow.
Yeah.
So it was big and good. And I decided I had something for social media. I took a bunch of different courses. Then I ended up going to the corporate world and attending Cornell for social media marketing.
Wow, excuse me.
Do they teach that anymore in universities?
Yes.
And how has AI affected your industry?
I would say AI has made it a mess for people who are actually like real photographers, really, writing. I do use some AI. It does help me to create some of the content. But it's definitely created quite a mess within the
Hmm.
social media marketing world.
Interesting.
So you have an industry like Shara's that is serving local clients, right? Then you have a business like mine where we're renting things to mostly tourists.
Mm.
That's a big difference in what and how you're marketing. What are the tactics for reaching people as they're driving into an area?
Yeah, you would do more of like vacation hashtags that would bring in those vacationers to, the local tag of like Flagler or whichever you're choosing to use. That would be something you can do some A and B testing on to see which one you get more response with the
Right.
Flagler versus.
Palm Coast.
Yeah.
Pardon me, we have a phone in the house by our recording engineer. Anyway, so
Moving along.
moving
I
along.
always have the deep question of how long have you been in Palm Coast and how did you wind up here?
I have been in Palm Coast for 20 years now. Be 21 this summer. We bought property out west of town, and our whole family was supposed to move up from southern Florida, and we were the only ones that came.
Oops.
So
And
we've been here.
stayed.
Yeah, we came here, we stayed, we ended up loving the community, raised all our children here, and now they're raising their children. So
Mm.
So 20 years and you almost just kind of popped onto the scene all of a sudden and you're everywhere now. So that's great.
yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Who are the type of clients that you're looking for mostly?
So I work great with small businesses. Of course, I can handle large corporations as well, but I love to work with a small business owner and really help them to grow and succeed. Anyone who's struggling with getting likes, comments, shares, any of that on their social media, I'd be glad to help them out.
Hmm. How important are the hashtags that are used for social media, specifically Facebook?
Facebook, it's not so important. You actually don't want to overload. You see a lot of people who'll do the whole like,
Just
yard
to copy
long.
and paste the
Yes.
encyclopedia of
Yeah.
hashtags?
Yeah, those actually deter Facebook from looking at your post. With Facebook, you don't want more than 2 to 3 hashtags.
Really?
So how does that work with Facebook and the algorithms and the internal workings without, going overly into it, but just let people know maybe a little advice on how that inner workings work?
Yeah, the biggest part with Facebook is making sure that you're consistent with your posting. You really need to have, if you're going to post every Wednesday, you need to post every
Every
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It has to stay
Facebook
consistent.
needs that to keep the
Yes.
algorithms healthy.
Yes, they need
And
to know that if they're gonna count on putting your content out on Wednesdays, that you're gonna show up. It's just like showing up to any other job. You
okay,
have to show up when you say you're gonna be there.
very interesting.
Is that AI also figuring out those algorithms? I'm
Yes,
assuming.
and I would assume so, and they change very rapidly from week to week.
Hmm.
Okay, so I have more questions.
Oh,
about
Okay,
yay.
Facebook.
great.
So we have just the posting, then we have reels, then we have stories, then we have sharing. Exp- I'm old. Explain the difference.
So you really want a good mixture of your content. You have what we call static posts, which is just a picture.
Just a photograph.
Correct. And then you have a video and you have reels, which are the little videos.
Mm-hmm.
Your stories are the ones that show up in the little bubble at the top of all your screens.
Okay.
And those are just usually short little videos. And then you have live where you can actually go live and you're in real time talking to your people. So a good mixture of them. Of course, depending on the account, it'd be more static than, of course, live
Mm-hmm.
content. But
Now, what do people respond to the most?
that depends on the niche in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, I did a lot of food blogging. So of course,
Food is going to be very
yes,
visual, right?
but you also have to have good quality pictures. When I first started doing this, I would post pictures and I was like, nobody cares what the picture looks like. Who cares? My
They do.
recipe is good. And then I soon realized that no, that picture actually matters
Mhm.
immensely. So I actually took photography classes and learned how to do food photography. So the graphics really depending on what, pertains to that business. When I start a new client, I actually do a market analysis and I look into what your competitors are doing, what's a brand you really like and you're kind of inspired by. So I'll look into that brand and actually come up with a plan for your business.
Totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just advice to people when they do lives or videos. Sometimes the quality is terrible and almost embarrassing. So, any advice for people that are doing lives and videos of what not to do?
Prop your phone.
Prop your phone, people.
Okay.
Prop that
Prop
phone. Get
the
you a
phone.
Stop like
stand.
selfieing and walking around.
Yes, yes, the movement. You have to stop that movement is the
Mm,
biggest one.
interesting. Because I'm sometimes like, oh my God, I cannot believe this person is.
Well, you would move on to that from that,
Oh,
right?
and I have,
And you
Yeah.
have.
unfortunately. And, knowing them personally, how do you address that without being mean?
That's where you send them my card and ask them to get a recommendation.
That is a great
So
referral.
more and more questions about this. Um, so Shara goes into a client's house and she's organizing. Does she film herself doing that? Is that valuable to, say, a client that is looking for organization in their home?
Yes, and that's something even when I'm working with a client, I have that ability for Shara to be able to send me videos, and then I can make those into reels and get those sent out for content.
That's something I want to touch on. People need to know how to turn their videos into reels because not everybody wants to watch a video because it's just such a slow, dragged out process rather than quick because the attention
So
span
is
is
a
Mhm.
reel an abbreviated video?
it's cut
I don't
into,
know.
right? Yeah, I'm gonna let the
Yeah,
expert explain.
it's more of a thought out video. It's
Okay.
to where a live you don't have edits in there. You can skip, you can fast forward,
Mhm.
cut out parts. It's an edited video.
So she could videotape herself doing organization things in a client's home and send that to you, for instance, and you would edit that and put
Correct.
it out as a reel.
Yes.
So my 4-hour organizing session could be into 30 seconds.
Wouldn't that
Yes.
be sweet?
Oh, well,
Yes.
and my personal issue is I get so excited about helping someone that I totally just forget about taking a before picture. And it's almost like a hairdresser. You get like so into it and you're like, oh man, I totally missed that opportunity
Yeah.
to show people.
So in my world, if I were to set up chairs on the beach or a client is out riding the bike on a path, that would be of value to another person looking for that.
Correct.
Okay.
Even pictures of you setting up the chairs
So setting up
shows
the
that
chair.
you're setting that up, you're cleaning it up, there's no hassle.
People want to see that you're genuine and that you're really doing what you say you're going to do.
Correct. And most people like to work with small businesses.
Okay.
They like to know that you're a person, not a big corporation.
Cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, they actually want to see your face.
So
Which is very hard to do. I mean, do you guide people? Because I'm not afraid to be on camera, but for some reason, like doing a TikTok, and I have done lives before in the past, but it's just something like the pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Is there advice you can give to people to get past that and just become natural?
Just realizing that at that moment, there's nobody right behind the screen. Just be
Yeah.
yourself. Like, we're all good people. We all have everything we're going through in life, and just be yourself and natural.
So a TikTok, is that even a quicker video?
TikTok is basically like a reel, and
Real.
it's only reels. They don't have really
There it is.
static
Sorry, but
images.
this is
A
all
minute.
confusing.
No more than a minute, right? Usually.
Yeah, there are longer ones, but most of them are under a minute long. They're quick little videos to get a point across. Your point across usually have some catchy music to them.
Hmm. So there's tools out there like CapCut and I forget what the other one is. I've used in the past. 15 seconds. You dump a bunch of pictures on there and you put it out there. Are those valuable tools that I could use as a small business owner just starting?
Yes, those are great tools to help get you started. There is also Canva that I started
Canva I
out with.
use.
Yeah. So definitely using those photo editing that you can add all the graphics and make it a fun post is much better
Hmm.
than just putting out just the picture without anything to it.
Cool.
I just want to talk about how we all met because this is pretty recent. We
Right.
were at a girls' night
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe 2 months ago. Is
I
that
think it's
even
probably
right? Where are we?
more than that.
Okay. Anyway, all of a sudden, here's Amy. I'm like, who's this chick? And then all of a sudden, she's all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, like I want to know more about her. This is
Right.
just so cool.
You're serving
Yeah.
a very specific niche and need. in the small business community that I think everybody needs to know. Excuse me, get all choked up about it.
Oh.
They need to know that there are people out there that can help take care of.
And from my experience of my
Mhm.
challenges, I think, is convincing people that they need to hire me. Like, yes. And yours is kind of the same thing. Cause I'm like,
Yes.
yes, you can do it, but you're not.
Yes.
And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. And
Mhm.
I mean, not so much the longer you wait, but it's the same thing. I see successful businesses on Facebook, but totally inconsistent. They're trying, they can, but they really can't. So how do you think that you get past that struggle or barrier to help people to spend the money and to know, again, what that return on their investment, time as well as money, would be to hire you?
Are you okay talking about your packages?
Yeah, I have.
Because we want people to know that this is this a reachable goal for them.
Yeah, so I have many different packages and I can always customize something if one of my packages doesn't quite fit your business. I am currently working with a client who's very small. She has 0 followers. I had to
So
start
you're
her
starting
social
from the basement
from the
up.
basement.
Oh,
We've
this is-
been going for just a month. We're over 100 followers. She's getting 45 hits off of pretty much every post we put out. So she's got really good numbers and we're doing great with it. So it's just a matter of getting in. I can give you some tips, get you started, and help your business grow, even if I'm not the one that's going to do your social media.
Because you also have to vibe with your client. I know that you
Correct.
talked about that also, because there has to be some relationship involved where you don't mind talking to each other 5 times a day
Yes.
or however many times in a week.
Well, you want to see the numbers grow. So imagine that communication is going to be a key thing here.
Yes.
And
Social media.
and feeling comfortable communicating, like, oh, I don't really like that. Could we do this? And you accommodating them as well.
Yes, our team definitely will accommodate whichever changes need to be done. I actually had to do that with my one client who we just started. She has a religious-based business and we weren't posting in there any scripture. So we immediately changed, added in all that scripture, and now we're back on track and doing well.
I know we're running out of time again. I just
No.
feel like we just walked in.
There's so
Time
many
flies when
things
you're
that
having
we
fun.
need to unpack with this that I feel is so necessary because a lot of times business owners are not going to tell you that they're struggling with the social media. They're just going to kind of plow through it and do it or not. Trades are struggling because they're out in the morning doing everything they're too tired to do in the afternoon or the evening. Um, what kind of packages are available as a startup? And you don't have to name prices, but what kind of things are you doing at
Yeah.
the small, the medium, and the large?
Yeah, so my starter package offers 2 to 3 posts a week on 2 different platforms.
Is that adequate for a new business just starting?
Yes, it gets your name out there. For example, my client that had 0 people,
Right,
if we're going to post 5, 6 days a week, who are we posting to? We don't
right.
even have followers.
You got to figure that out.
Yeah, so first we have to start growing. And then I have what I call a seedling package that puts out your posts 4 to 5 times a week, and we're going to do 3 to 4 different social media platforms. And then I have my blow it up package.
Blow it up.
Oh, right.
Let's get you going. And that's going to be 6 to 7 posts. That's also including some reels and stories going out with that on all your platforms.
Oh, man. I mean, I want everybody to know how to get in touch with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Please,
let's
because
do
I don't
that
wanna run
before
out
we
of
go off
time.
air.
Yeah, you can get a hold of me at amy@myworldsimplified.com.
Oh,
That's easy enough.
Easy
And is
enough.
there a phone number to
Yeah,
contact
my
you?
phone number is 386-793-4084.
she has been here a long time. I know the 503s, the 793s. That's like that.
That's old Flagler, huh?
I was hiding in the homeschool community.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, Amy, we're glad you're here today, obviously, and so much more to talk about. Maybe we can take that client that you're working with and see where they're at in another 6 months and have you back to
Yeah,
see how that has exploded and has grown.
that'd be
What a
great.
great idea, Ty. That
Yeah.
is just.
I'm just full of them today.
Thank you all. Tune in next time.
This wraps up another episode of Building Business bridges.
Thank you.